Next up, the section Lady Lions under new varsity head coach Chuck Dutton. The players we have, Kylee Dutton, Kaley Kennamer, and London Robertson. They are all seniors and all guards. Coach, first tell us a little bit about what your section Lady Lions are going to be like this year.
Yes, sir. We got a older group. We've got 7 seniors on the roster and 3 juniors, so many of them have varsity experience coming back from last year. So we're expecting them to kind of lead from the front and try to help some of even the younger girls that's not on the varsity, kind of inspire them to want to play, stick with it. You know, even down the girls in the elementary grades, trying to show energy and create an atmosphere where those young girls are motivated to continue playing, and maybe when it gets tough to hang in there. So that's kind of one thing we're expecting to kind of help the program. But as far as on the court, we're expecting those older girls that's got the experience to play through some of the adversity that we're going to face with the teams that we're facing, and to be able to kind of push through that. That way when we're in a game, we're not doing something that's going to get us beat. So that's one of the things we're trying to instill in them. Hey, we're old enough, we've got experience, so let's utilize that experience that we have. Just keep ourselves in the games that we need to be in.
As you move into the head coach role, what are some differences that you're expecting from this team from the past?
Main thing when I came in, and it's not really things that I don't think that they've done, but I kind of told them my foundation, what I want to build on is I want us to give great effort every game. No matter, we're not looking at what that score. I know a lot of people talk about it, and I want our girls to really get used to, hey, we got to keep playing no matter if we're up, down. So I told them right out of the gate, your effort is going to tell me where you want to be on this team. As far as out on the floor, that's practice, that's everything we do. And then the attitude. Again, when we face adversity, how are you going to handle that? So I told them effort and attitude's big, and playing with a lot of energy. If you're out getting a break, you was on the floor, rooting for your teammates, things like that. So that's kind of the things that I sort of started out with them right before we started summer ball, and we want to try to build off of that. And off of that builds, the way we want to play defense and rebound. I think that's the effort side of it, playing with attitude as far as like not being intimidated to go in and get a rebound that we need, especially in a close game, and night in and night out just guard people and not being intimidated by who we're playing.
What was your summer work like in preparation for this year?
Yes, sir. We did. We stayed local. I've got several girls that work, and I didn't really want to mess up that schedule. And I kind of got in late, so I didn't have the opportunity to really plan. A lot of trips. Kind of maybe I know a lot of coaches do. That's done it for a while. They have their sort of their routine places that they go. So I told our girls we're going to stay. We want to stay kind of local. Helps them with the work. Helps the parents too. And maybe we branch off of that eventually over the years. But we stayed, played some games at Supreme Court and Gadsden State, and we did our 3 weeks, and had our practices the days we weren't playing, and shoot-arounds and things like that. And I felt like from the beginning to the end, we improved on some of the things that we're looking for. Obviously, there's always needs for improvement, but I felt like as far as that foundation, the effort, the attitude, that was there pretty much the majority of the games that we played.
What is your basketball philosophy?
Mine is really just more of an old school approach. I know the game's changed some since I played under Coach Thrash, and a lot of that is kind of built on his style. We are going to open it up a little bit more, and we did too under him. Try to get transition baskets. If it's not there, set it up. I'm similar in that. I want to get a transition basket quick if we can off of a rebound, and that's part of making sure we only try to give them one shot. Not we've got a box out, they miss it, we got to get it, try to transition. But if it's not there, one of the things I did see on film that I've tried to tell them to improve on, let's don't feel like we have to transition and just throw it up. Just shoot it. If it's not there, let's get better. And we did some during the summer. We're still trying to improve on it. Let's back it out, get the ball back around, and then let's let's work it around and not just feel like we have to force a shot. But again, mine's built off my philosophy is we've got to play just great man-to-man defense, night in and night out, and find the girl that we're guarding and just box her out and get that rebound and try to keep our teams that we're playing limited, because everything you read, if you get more shots than the other team, even if you're shooting a lower percentage on those nights you're not hitting, you got a better chance of winning. And one of the ways that you can do that is by getting the rebounds, creating turnovers where your defense, frustrating the other team. And we want to improve on free throw percentages, because that's another way you can do it. You hit more free throws when you get them, and shooting better quality shots. I think it's one thing we can work on.
There have been struggles at section with the girls program. What's been your message to the team to try to be part of that group that reverses those struggles?
Absolutely. That's probably one of the first talks, kind of going into the, hey, let's be an example for the younger kids. I want you to be the team. 7 seniors, I want you to be the team that they look back and say, this is where it changed. And I told them, I said, look, record-wise, it may not be the case. I don't know what it's going to fall out, and our schedule's tough enough. So as far as the win losses may not show, but what we can show is how we're playing night in and night out with our attitude and effort and our energy. And so I told them some of the ways we can do that is those things. Like, we need to be that team that people can pinpoint that, hey, this group was the group that we kind of turned it around, because they do have a history. Second girls, that was one of the things I looked into before taking the job, is the history that they have, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously the boys are good and being good for, they're well coached, all those things.
But the girls have had their moments too.
They've had their moments, and that's what I told them. Don't get, you can be that. You just have to be the ones willing to put in that extra work. And I'm not saying they hadn't in the past, but I think if we approach the game with that energy and playing as hard as we can, and they played hard last year on film. Things I seen on film, mostly by watching them, was just some of the shot selection, maybe shooting shots that were just too difficult. If we can improve on that and score a few more points, I told them, y'all can be that group that, whether it's the win-loss record that shows it or just people in the stands say, wait a minute, that looks different. That's what I want them to try to push to try to do to motivate the program moving forward.
All right. But before we ask them direct questions, I want you to tell us a little bit about the players you have here: Kylee Dutton, Kaley Kennamer, and London Robertson. What's their roles going to be with this basketball team?
Yes, sir. I'm fortunate enough this year to get hired in. Obviously, the last names match. So my daughter, she's a senior this year, so I get a year with her. I coached her when she was younger. Whether she enjoyed that or not, I did coach her pretty hard, but so she kind of knows the way that I coach and what I expect. So when she's on the court, you kind of see that, the boxed out, the great effort on defense. I'm trying to get her, because she came from Plainview and she had a role there, but I'm trying to get her, hey, you're gonna have to be comfortable shooting more. Don't be worried about if we miss this, don't get in your head. You're gonna have to play loose. You're gonna have to play confident. So that's what I'm trying to get her moving forward, is to be one of those that we can depend on night in and night out, of getting some of those baskets that we need. So that's kind of in London when I got there. I seen her on film, and that's another one that's kind of given that type of effort. If there's a rebound out there to get, she's going to get it. If there's somebody to guard, she's not worried about guarding them. She's going to guard them the way you want her to guard her. Great effort, great intensity. So that was one thing that stood out with her on film. Watching, I was watching it kind of as a like I'm scouting the team to kind of see what I had, and she's improved. We've been working with her offensively about, hey, let's take better shots. Get into the basket. Don't feel like you got to force it. Get in there, make a move or kick it back out. She's doing a good job of that. Not just feeling like she's down there. She has to get a shot up. And Kaley, she also stood out on film with some of the ways that she scored, but this summer I approached her, so really on there it says guard, but she's kind of be a guard forward for us, kind of do a lot of different things. So I told her, I said, we need to work on some post moves. We need you maybe to make some baskets down there. And that's the type of attitude she has. Yes, sir, whatever you need me to do. And I seen it. and her off time. During practice and off time, down there working on post moves, doing what I ask her to do. So she's gonna help us inside and out, and she's also I'm getting her, hey, with that mentality, let's box them out. So she's done a good job of that. But I feel like all three of them will be good leaders for us.
Okay, Kylee, he said you come from the Plainview. We all know about the Plainview girls basketball program. What do you bring to this team, this program, from your time at Plainview that you feel can help make this team better?
Yes, sir. At Plainview, I was really blessed to have a lot of competition. As far as like at practice, we had a lot of good girls there, and so like at practice, I had good competition, and I had some great coaches who taught me some good stuff that I can carry with me, and just being able to be a part of that team at the Final Four and stuff, having that experience in those big games. I feel like I bring a lot of, as far as the defensive side, I feel like I bring that energy and that effort and those rebounds. I try to get every rebound that I can. So I feel like I can bring that effort to the team.
Okay, Kaley, Kennamer, and London Robertson, what differences do you see going into this season? And not to question what's happened in the past, but what differences do you see energy-wise, positivity-wise, or anything else going in to this season?
I think our scoring has gotten a lot better. We take better shot selection and stuff like that, but this year we're going to have to kind of pick up our slack. Like, one of our leading scorers is out right now, so we're going to kind of have to come together and decide, hey, we all have to come together and shoot and make the right shots and be that guy that our leading scorer was, but do it together.
And I feel over the summer we started working together better too.
Yes.
With just playing better together.
For London and Kylee, you guys have played a lot together. And not just y'all, but the group. Talk about how that process has gone of the chemistry and just developing, getting older. And for Kylee, what's it been like for you coming in and becoming a part of this group?
Yes, I was very excited and blessed at this opportunity to come here, and the girls have been nothing but welcoming and kind to me. And I feel like over the summer we have built that chemistry together, and I feel like we kind of have all fell into our roles. And I'm just very blessed to be playing with these girls for my senior year.
I mean, that pretty much sounds good, I guess.
All right, Coach, you take a job where you basically step into an SEC coach's role.
Yes, sir.
You play in one of the toughest areas in no doubt the state of Alabama, North Sand, Pisgah,
Yes, sir.
and section. Sum up what you think the area looks like right now.
Yes, sir. You hit the nail on the head. For those that don't keep up with it, Pisgah just won state and won a bunch of state championships, and North Sand Mountain's right there in the midst of everybody else. They're just as good as anybody around, really. So those two teams, and a lot in the Sand Mountain tournament. You're playing a lot of good teams that are going to give you great experience in big games. We have a lot of tough people on our schedule. So, and that's what I've told the girls is like, this has got to kind of be we want to improve on game to game, but we can't just hold on to this last game. We got to move forward because there's going to be a lot of good teams. There's going to be games that we're going to get frustrated during the game and probably after the game, but we've got to make sure each day we're improving to kind of improve enough to, at the end of the year, when it really, really counts the most, that we're giving ourselves as a team the best opportunity to compete against those teams like the Pisgahs and the North Sand Mountains. Because like you said, Scottsboro girls and Kylee was fortunate enough to play them throughout junior high and varsity at Plainview. So I think that was a big thing that she kind of answered on, is some of the games that they played, the schools, the competition is hopefully going to help improve all these girls, because we've got a lot of, including those two that you named, Pisgah and North Sand Mountain, and we had to play them several times. So I feel like basketball around here is very, very tough, but it's very exciting to watch.
Yes.
And I've told our girls, let's do those things that we talked about so people are excited to watch us. Win, lose, or draw, let's play the basketball game the right way, and I think we'll improve enough to where, at least we'll stand out in positive ways that people that know what they're watching, they say, hey, that's a good basketball team.
Yeah. All right. Well, we wish y'all the best of luck. You get started November 10th at 5, and we wish y'all a good season under a brand new coach. You already know what to expect out of him. So, Coach Chuck Dutton, his daughter Kylee Dutton, Kaley, Kennamer, London, Robertson, the section Lady Lions.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.